hey, join my Discord, look in the description, look at Gun, react to Gun, do whatever you want with Gun, just visit Gun at least once.
It's your last chance to fall in love with me. It's your romance. Oh, darling, can't you see? It's your last chance to go steady with me now.
Hey, sorry baby, but I'm married to the money, and I'm feeling like I'm Pooper, how I'm chasing all these honeys. Wouldn't even hold her down and she look like a Playboy bunny. Doing donuts in the whippy, going stupid, going dummy, trying to make me a milli so I can fuck it up. Hey, I don't care about your feelings, bitch, you can suck it up. Said you funny, you silly, think I'ma call you up. Said you really want Willie, want him to fall in love. She said,
That's the Gun Buzz. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about my latest guilty pleasure, the replacement for Aurelion Sol, my good boy Vel'koz, and I'm also gonna explain to you why you should play him. So in League of Legends, people tend to categorize champions, you know, top laners, mid laners, junglers, sex offenders, but I've realized that there's one way that people have not categorized champions. That is what that champion can teach you about the game. You know, after playing this game for so many years, you come to realize the game plan and what you should do in that game plan. However, there are certain champions out there that push that game plan to an extreme. Some of the cheapest champions in the store teach you the most basic principles in the game. Here, I'm gonna give you an example with the most basic premise in League of Legends. In lane, you need to kill minions to get gold to gain power. That's the power triangle. Nasus, Veigar, and Sion push this to an extreme due to the fact that they gain significantly more power from farming in the form of raw stats compared to other champions like Rengar, Tryndamere, and Fiora who only get golden experience. This isn't the only example. Katarina teaches you the importance of cooldown management, Ashe teaches you how to kite, Rakan teaches you when to go in and when to come out, Kha'Zix teaches you the importance of leveling, and Aurelion Sol and Yuumi teach you how to sit on your ass. All of these champions teach you something important that is fundamental to playing League. That's why it's so important to expand your champion pool so you can apply something you learn from one champion to another. So, where does Vel'koz fit into all of this? Ah yes, Vel'koz, the champion Riot hasn't thought about since Jerusalem was under siege in the 11th century. When you look at the League roster, Vel'koz really does stick out like a sore thumb. I mean, look at him. There's only 34 things this guy's good for. All that aside, Vel'koz has recently become my new guilty pleasure since the Aurelion Sol rework because he's so fucking fun. And I swear to God, if Riot ever touches this guy, I'm actually gonna give the nuclear launch codes to China. So, why do you need to play Vel'koz? Vel'koz. Sorry, I had to. It's because of the way you have to play Vel'koz that's going to teach you an advanced League of Legends essential: positioning. This is an often overlooked part of League, but it's really important to master, and Vel'koz's kit is the perfect one to do so with. Your Q is going to be the bread and butter to learning positioning, since this thing is the weirdest looking skill shot in all of League of Legends. But what the fuck is this? What kind of beam shoots like this? Look at this, it's a T. You know what that T stands for? That's right, it stands for testicular torsion, because that's the exact feeling you're gonna have when you fire this thing off. Your Q splits on the first target hit or if you reactivate it, which means you have the potential to hit 3 people with it, although I highly doubt that's ever going to happen. I mean, I have Mastery level 7 on the guy, and I haven't even done that. The skill shot is great for poking in lane, since you can neatly slide it past the minions and get a cheeky Arcane Comet proc off with it. And positioning is going to be key for this thing, because you can greatly misjudge how far it's going to go. Since it doesn't really have an indicator for the angled shots, all you know is that it's going to go the same distance as the initial cast. And sometimes it is really difficult to land this thing when your opponent is standing in the minion wave. But that's exactly what your W is for. Your W has 2 charges on it and has initial damage and a follow-up burst of damage, which does a bit more, and it goes through minions. If your lane opponent is standing in the minion wave, you can poke them out of the wave with your W since it goes through units, and follow up with the Q because they no longer have a minion wave to body block for them. And if your W did both its damage procs and you hit your Q, it's just like, whew! Just all kinds of damages. Alright, now to put a clip in here that doesn't relate to the video at all.
There's no time to waste, Grim Creeper. Get cranking.
Soldier boy, tell.
And now that I've effectively wiped the last couple of minutes from your memory with that, we can move on to Vel'koz's best ability,
Lifeform Disintegration Ray.
This is one of the most devastating ultimates in the game, specifically because it has the potential to deal over 1,000 true damage to the whole team. That's right, you heard me, the whole team. True damage, not magic damage. See this little circle right here? That tells you that your ultimate is going to be doing true damage to the target instead of magic damage. Couple that with the initial combo you did with your E, W, and Q, and, well, they're just gonna die. Squishies and tanks alike don't stand a chance against this kind of damage. And you're probably thinking, if he's so strong, what are his downsides? Well, my good lad, it's the fact that he has no escapes, mobility, or any means to escape someone if they jump onto him. This is why positioning is so important when playing Vel'koz. When you're about to set up for a teamfight Dragon or Baron, you need to place yourself somewhere where you can effectively be in the fight while also not putting yourself in a vulnerable position. For the pits, it's best if you stand in these corners, since if someone does try to jump on you, they're stuck in a closed space where you can more easily land your abilities and potentially escape. In lane, it's best to stand behind your minions since they can block your opponent if need be, and in the river, you're just gonna get fucked. There's no easy way to play it. So is Vel'koz strong? Kinda. In the right hands, he can dominate games by himself, but I'm not here to convince you to main him. I'm here to give you a reason to play him. He's a fun, easy to pick up, hard to master mage/support that will teach you about positioning and where you should situate yourself in fights depending on your role. And let's be honest, you wish this was you using his ult right now, don't you? And with that, I think that's all I have to say. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.